Hi guys, how's everybody doing? This is going to be a general reading for both Taurus and Gemini. Each sign will be done separately. All right. So, yeah, hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this. So, this is going to be general readings, which can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. All right, so we're going to be starting off with Taurus first. Okay, so I've pulled all the cards ahead of time for Taurus, and then when we're done with Taurus, I will be shuffling the cards and then moving on to Gemini. I will also be putting timestamps for both the signs, for some people who just want Taurus or some people who just want Gemini. All right, so I'm just going to make sure that the sound is good here on my end before we get started. So let's see. Okay, so sound is good. All right. So everybody is welcome, right? Whether you have your sun in Taurus, your moon in Taurus, your rising in Taurus, or you have some Taurus somewhere else in your chart. Everyone has Taurus somewhere in their chart, so again, everybody is welcome. All right, and so I also take I take one photo of all the cards that are here on the table, and then I will be posting that after the live is done. Hey, don't you do it. Come here. Sorry, my dog's doing something he's not supposed to be doing. Come here, Hermes. No, go sit down. So yes, after the live is done, I will be posting a photo of all the cards for both Taurus and Gemini. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, all you have to do is click in the description box below about 10 minutes after this live is done, and you can see the photo is just posted on my Facebook page. And it is free and all that good stuff, so I just like to provide it for everybody. So I want to do a quick sound bell here before we get started to tune into the energy of Taurus. It's a nice place for me to check in with my guides and for you as well, to take a couple of deep breaths, fill your body, check in with your guides, all that stuff, etc. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little sound vibration here for Taurus. All right, Taurus. Let's see what we have coming up here for you for November. All right, so just going to move the cards over a little bit so you can see the majority of them. Switching it up again, I usually do videos where you can see me and it's further away, but I wanted to kind of, again, just switch it up a little bit here. All right, so Taurus, let's go ahead and call out your cards here and then kind of go in order, okay? So we're going to talk about the first 4 cards here at the top. And also real quickly, I want to talk about the time frames when some of these things may occur, okay? So they're not set in stone, it's just a general guideline, all right? But we're going to say that the first card over here can be, and I'll say these dates again, from around November 1st through the 7th. The second card can be from around November 8th through the 14th. Excuse me. The third card can be from around November 15th through the 21st. And the fourth card can be from around November 22nd through November 30th, or even into a couple of days in December. All right, and then we'll talk about the other cards a little bit later where Spirit wants to go over those cards. All right, so Taurus, you've got the Princess of Swords in the right side up position, the Moon card in the reverse position, the Nine of Staves, also known as Nine of Wands, in the reverse position, and the Strength card in the right side up position. All right, let's see here. So Taurus, you have 3 major arcanas here throughout your reading. So you've got 2 in the current energies, possibilities, energies, future energies, and then you have one over here in the past. So you got the moon card, that's Pisces energy over here. You've got the strength card, Leo energy, and then over here you have the tower, we could say is Scorpio energy. So for some of you guys, you could be dealing with a Pisces, a Leo, or a Scorpio, or you have a lot of that in your chart, or the other person does, multiple people, general environment situation, right? Just like to call it out in the beginning. If that part doesn't resonate, that's okay. You just leave it, put it aside, right? It could be for certain few people. But let's see also here, Taurus, what we have as far as your minor arcana goes. What's the dominant one here, okay? So this looking like it's probably going to be a tie, but I want to make sure, okay? So we definitely have 2 swords cards. We've got 2 cups cards. Oh, I'm sorry, 3. So it's probably going to be cups. I want to make sure. And 1 wand or stave. Okay, so it's definitely cups with it being 3. So what does that mean, right? So cups in the tarot talk about water, our emotions. Our bodies are consistent of a lot of water, and so is our planet, right? So we're connected very deeply to the moon and the tides and the water, all right? So it could be saying that there's some kind of underlying theme throughout your reading here that deals with emotions in some way. It could be positive, could be negative, could be a little bit of both, all right? But there is kind of this like emotional undertone here throughout the reading. But let's go kind of in order and see, you know, what is showing up here for you, Taurus. All right. So your first card here, again, we said this could be from around November 1st through the 7th, but the dates and the times are not set in stone, okay? But this is a beautiful card to start off your reading here, Taurus. So we're picking up energy from the recent past, in particular when we're talking about the first card showing up here in your reading. All right, but the Princess of Swords, we see this Japanese woman here, and she's at the beach, and the sun is behind her. Really beautiful scene. It almost looks like she's kind of praying or meditating. She's got her hands in that particular kind of stance, right, like this. Okay, so this is about having mental clarity, right? So we're talking about air sign energy when we talk about swords, but swords in the tarot also represent our mental health. Is my mental health in a good place, a not so good place, right? Those could be kind of example questions here. But this is about basically having some type of, let's say, medium-sized opportunity or message that may come in here for you, Taurus. It could be from you to someone else, or to you from someone, your spirit guides, guardian angels, right? But the sun in the tarot, again, Leo energy, you have Leo's card officially over here, a little bit here, but it's more air sign energy, just reference to Leo here though. So the sun in the tarot talks about enlightenment, spiritual downloads, right, revelations. And so when we see that kind of energy behind the Princess of Swords, it's like this medium-sized opportunity or communication that comes in, Taurus, has the possibility of bringing that enlightenment, that realization coming in even more, okay? Now, as we go throughout your reading, you could find that this reading is about you, it could be about someone else, multiple people, general environment situation, right? But when we say medium size, it's because she's a princess or a prince, right? So she's not a page or a student, and she's not a queen or a king, right? She's kind of right in between. So this medium-sized message or opportunity is not going to be the biggest one, but it's not going to be the smallest one either here, Taurus. So if we were to pause your reading right here for a moment, Taurus, you know, I would say that if there was something that you wanted to accomplish within your own control, let's say like travel, right? When would the best times to do that? When would that be happening, or when should that be happening, right? Or more favorable times for that to happen. So it could be based on your cards here, Taurus. I say that either the first week or the last week here of November really looks good for that time period. So we're going to say that the first week and the fourth week is a green light if we were driving, right? So then you can go. and there's more action type of energy. Now the second and the third week, or the middle of November here, Taurus, it's not necessarily, you know, a red light, but it's more like a yellow, okay? So it's a slowing down of energy here, and we'll talk about why that's happening in a minute. But I really, again, feel like the beginning of the month and the end of the month is really like the strongest time to, again, manifest something in particular within your control, or doing something like, let's say, travel, okay? All right, let's keep going though here, Taurus, and see what else we have. I'm just going to move your little oracle card to over here for later, and move some of these cards down so you can kind of see them better. All right, so we go from the Princess of Swords in the right side of position. Again, that was your first card. All right, and now we're moving into your second card. Okay, we've got the moon in the reverse position, and this is Pisces energy. And we said this could be from around November 8th through the 14th, but it's not set in stone, okay? But here, based on your other cards, this is really cool too. If you look at it as like the sun on one side up, and then the moon on the other side down, okay? So it's like a really nice flow of energy here. You know, I would say that the moon in the reverse position is what we call a good reversal. That's how you want to see this card based on the other cards here as well, because it could be that something is coming to light here, Taurus, in that second week of November. You're going to get more information or wisdom around something here, okay? There also could be you know, more creative energy that has more of an outlet here as well, okay? But let's look what's underneath this card, because this is where Spirit wanted to talk about these other two cards as well. Now these two cards down here, Taurus, are past energy, okay? I like to call them the sponsor cards that made it possible, again, for this moon card to show up in this reverse position. All right, so we've got the Princess of Cups in the right side up position on one side, and then on the other side we have that Tower in the reverse position, the Scorpio energy, okay? Again, when we're talking about Cups cards, we're talking about water, just like the Pisces energy over here. Could also be Scorpio or Libra energy, okay, when we're talking about zodiac frequencies. But with this Princess of Cups in the right side up position here, in the past, Taurus, there could have been some really nice kind of positive emotions that could have come around some type of opportunity or communication here, all right? When we talk about cups, again, this is our emotions in the tarot, but when it's right side up here, okay, there's a lot of youthful energy in this card, all right? We see this princess, right, and she's naked. I think she's riding a swan, or there's a swan in front of her. There's a turtle, there's a dolphin, there's a swan behind her, right? Kind of all of these water elements here. So again, this is like a very nice kind of positive emotions here. And what they call her in this deck is Princess of the Palace of the Floods, right? It's almost like the floodgates are open here with this Princess of Cups in the right side up position here in the past. And again, we're talking about it with that moon card kind of in the reverse position here, okay? So when all these kind of positive emotions were going on here in the past, Taurus, whether it was you, someone else, multiple people, your general environment situation, there was this youthful energy and being open to the emotions, right? And again, the floodgates kind of opening, tapping into all that water energy, and it led to the Tower moment, okay? So some people don't like the Tower card. I know for me personally, when it shows up, that things may get a little hectic, okay? But it's usually for the best, okay? Because the Tower is where we're going to break down something and rebuild it from the bottom up, okay? And so here we have that Tower card again in the right side up position here, Taurus, in the past. So something was like, you know, it's really, you know, it makes sense here, Taurus, that you would have the Tower card in the past, and then in the first week you have the sun in the background. Okay, so the tower though is about breaking something down, right? So we see lightning hitting the crown, the top of the tower. That's our chakra, a crown chakra. That's our logical mind. Something's going to come in from, again, your spirit guides, guardian angels, could be another person, could be yourself even, right? That's like something isn't working the way it has been, so we need to rebuild. We're going to break this down. Okay, so again, that can be when it's a little bit messy or hectic, but then it's going to lead to something even better in the future. Okay, so this is almost like just showing in the past here, Taurus, that somebody or something, you know, really did their homework to make it possible, again, to get more information that you're going to get or someone's going to get, or that creative energy coming back as well in the second week of November here. All right, so again, I would say that this is not necessarily a green light in the second week, but it's not a red light either. It's just an orange kind of light, like, okay, we're slowing down, we're in between, right? But let's keep going though and see, you know, what else we have here, Taurus. All right, now when we get to your third card, we have the Nine of Staves in the reverse position, also known as Nine of Wands. And this is fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? As far as the zodiac frequencies go, but this is a nice reversal as well, especially when it's following the moon in the reverse position. Two really nice reversals that kind of support each other. So when I see this Nine of Staves or Nine of Wands in the reverse position here, Taurus, it's almost like somebody is going to come out of a really exhausting period, a really kind of period to reevaluate someone's health or their physical body or what they want to take action with. Okay, so if this card, just for reference, was right side up, we see this African boy, he's on a rite of passage, and let's say he has some type of task that he has to perform to show that he's a man, etc., right? And so he's really exhausted at this point, but he's so close and he's wanting to give up. So we have 9, okay, 9 of Staves. So 10 is the highest number in the tarot, okay? So when it's in this reverse position though, Taurus, and it's following that moon in reverse, I feel that it is, you know, showing up here to say somebody has taken the rest that they needed physically, let's say. Somebody has decided, you know what, I'm not going to give up. I know that I'm really close to some type of ending, new beginning, so I'm going to kind of move forward. Okay, again, it's not a, turn this down. It's not a super fast energy, right? It is more of that orange light, right? So it's not green or red, but it's orange. So it's like you go from a green light in the first week to a yellow or orange, and then the fourth week you will have another green light. Okay, but let's stay here for a moment and again kind of see what's underneath it to get even more information, all that good stuff. Okay, so again, these cards down here are always going to be past energy. That's the way I like to read it. Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords in the right side up position in the past, and the King of Cups in the right side up position in the past. And we're talking about it, right? This is past and this is more future, current, present energies over here. All right. So with the 10 of Swords in the right side up position in the past, somebody or some energy could have been really mentally exhausted here, and just, you know, really weighed down by burdens, anxiety, worry, overthinking. Okay, so even though that was happening, it could have also triggered somebody on the other hand to step into their King of Cups, okay, energy of saying, you know what, there's been a lot of stress, anxiety, worry, overthinking, I've been mentally exhausted, so I'm going to step up and be more confident or take some type of leadership role within myself and or others, right, to again grab my cup and say, what are my emotional priorities? What are my emotional boundaries, right? So these can be kind of just example questions, okay? But here we see this king and he's fully supported. He's got his throne behind him. His kingdom is in the background. He's also holding a notebook, right? So again, he's like really open with his emotions here. Maybe not with everybody, but he's really exploring them to see how he can be a better person, how he can be a better leader. So when this energy, again, Taurus, was happening in the past, with someone deciding, you know, all this junk over here with the Ten of Swords, being physically and mentally exhausted with something, then somebody said, I'm going to not stay in the Ten of Swords energy, and I'm going to come and step into the King of Cups energy here. Okay, so really beautiful here, Taurus. You know, I would say that you don't have any red lights in your reading. Okay, and that really just goes to show that, again, that somebody was doing their homework here in this past energy. Okay, really wanting to be vulnerable and figure out, you know, better steps to manifest or to change something, or just to be strong, right? So that leads to your fourth card. Okay, so it makes sense. Again, you've got the King of Cups over here in the past, and then you have the Strength card. Oops, sorry. Not used to doing camera from this angle, so hold on, there we go. So you've got the King of Cups from the past. Okay, stepping into his emotions, being confident, being a leader, all the things, right, we just mentioned. And then here you have the Strength card. Okay, so it really does just kind of flow nicely here and really makes sense here, Taurus. So when we have this Strength Leo energy here, this could be you or someone else. Again, not only being confident, but being, let's see the way to say it, courageous, but it's more than that. It's like really owning yourself or their self or the energy self, so to speak, to just, yeah, to be really okay with oneself, if that makes sense. Okay, not that you weren't okay with yourself before, but this is like an added kind of layer. So here, you know, we see this African woman with the lion, Leo the lion, and she's wrestled some inner demons. It's not about being physically strong. Yes, she could fight the lion. She's holding the lion down, right? But it's also, again, when we're talking about tarot or spirituality or metaphors, right? It's about being spiritually strong, okay? So being really strong in self and in that kind of spirituality here. So that's a beautiful green light here for you, Taurus. Yay. But, you know, I just realized too, looking at all of your cards here, Taurus, you have 3 princess cards. Okay, could be in the tarot, it could be a prince or princess, right? Or sometimes they have both in each deck. It just depends on the deck. But here we see, as your tarot confirmation card, the one that wants to come in and confirm all 4 weeks that we just talked about. Here's your 3rd princess. Okay, so now you have the Princess of Pentacles in the right side up position here. And the tarot confirmation card is always going to be, the way I like to read it is past and future energy. So it always gives you the option for choice, right? But again, all these princesses, I'm going to show you them all together just for a moment here. You started off with your first card, the Princess of Swords. You had the Princess of Cups in the past position, and then you have that Princess of Pentacles over here in kind of like the future and the past, okay? But Princess of Pentacles in particular, again, all youthful energy, being open to learning new things, also can talk about financial opportunities, financial messages or communications, right? Because it is a pentacle or coin, but it doesn't just have to be that, okay? Or if it's not that, it could be talking about values. So again, the way that I was trying to describe it, and hopefully I described it enough that makes sense for you guys, right? With the Strength card, because it was sitting on top of it. It's like, it's not only confidence, but it's like, I don't even know how I just said it. It's like an added layer of being spiritually strong, that can make you or someone else or multiple people, general environment situation, potentially also financially strong, right? Can also just make us feel more valued. So I value myself more if I'm strong or in this strength position spiritually, then other people will pick that up and kind of respond to that as well. So if you value yourself, you're also going to value others in this kind of new added beneficial way here, Taurus, okay? So yeah, it's really beautiful. And like I said, you don't have any red lights throughout your reading. You've got a green, yellow, orange, and then you have another green. So that's not even usually how it goes, right? Usually it's green, yellow, orange, and then red. But you possibly had a lot of red already in the past with that tarot, with that Tower card. It is a tarot card, but it's the Tower card, and also with the Ten of Swords there as well in the past. So now it's like, I don't need any more red lights. I had enough of them before, okay? So again, this feels really beautiful throughout your whole reading here, Taurus, and I'm excited to see like how it's going to play out for you. So let's also do your Oracle card here as well before I forget. So you got the Lovers card. So this is Oracle cards that deal with tarot cards and a little bit of numerology. All right. So it's card number 6, and it talks about humanity and experience. Okay. So then underneath it there, it says, feel it, experience the feeling of being human in all ways. That goes with the Strength card. I can't even finish it. I have to pull it up together. Okay. It says, do, feel, learn in order to grow and truly know. Again, that's that spiritual strength, okay? So because it's referencing the Lovers card in the tarot too, the Lovers is high vibrational love, right? It's bringing out, you know, the best in each other, okay? And again, being open to learning. I said this throughout your whole reading too before I even read this card, is that someone again or some energy here in the past really did their homework. So the energy of the person or you yourself was open to learning and growth, and you really see it kind of bloom and flower here. And it's just really nice, okay? So that is your Oracle card here, Taurus, and that is your reading, and hopefully you got something from it here. So I'm just going to look at the time real quickly, and then we're going to switch over to Gemini. So we're at about 27 minutes, so I'm going to just kind of make a mental note, and I will put that in the timestamps for later. All right. Okay, so let's let the cards kind of chill and hang out with the crystals for a little bit. We're going to do some incense and also some sound healing to clear all the vibrations from the last reading before we bring in energy, new energy to the new reading of Gemini. All right, so again, we're going to just kind of let the crystals hang out and chill with the tarot cards and the oracle card, all of the cards. I'll turn a little music up here that's just for me, a little ambient music, and for the dog, so they don't go too crazy. And get some water here. All right. Okay, so do some nice incense. I got some more of my jasmine incense that I'm obsessed with currently. I have so many different incenses, but I love me some jasmine. I would like to maybe get some for my garden if I can figure out how to grow it. I don't really have a green thumb, but I'm like, with the internet and all the things, maybe I could figure it out. Maybe I can grow some of my own jasmine, not to make incense, but just to, you know, experience in the garden, so to speak. All right, so I'm just passing some smoke here through the cards again to clear the energy. And then, of course, we'll do some deep shuffling in a little bit. Again, I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this. I usually always forget to introduce myself. My name is Malessea, and my channel here is Malessea's Magic Light. And yeah, we do tarot and I do other types of readings, not so much on this channel. Hopefully in the future I can do a little bit more of that. But I also do palm readings, I do tea leaf readings, I do candle readings, I do mediumship readings, all the things. All right. Well, not all the things. There's so much more I don't know. I want to learn. But yeah. Anyways, just wanted to kind of talk about that because I don't usually talk about that kind of stuff, but it felt like it wanted to come out. Okay. So we're also going to do our sound bell here too to clear the energy of all the cards. And I'm just going to randomly throw these cards in there before we do like the deeper kind of shuffling. I think I already turned over the Oracle one, so this is just throwing them in there. Alright, so this is a great time to take a couple of deep breaths if you feel guided, just to listen, whatever feels good. It's also a good time for me to touch back again with my spirit guides. I always want to make sure I'm delivering the message as clearly as possible because it's not me, not my message, I'm just the vessel, if that makes sense. Alright. So, we're going to now do the sound bell for Gemini. 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 Gemini, let's see what we have coming up here for you for November. Right. Let's do some shuffling. Usually I shuffle these second, but tonight they feel like they want to go first. Alright. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Air Sign Gemini, the twins, for November 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Air Sign Gemini, the twins, for their highest good and vibration. Messages for Gemini for November. Alright, that feels pretty good. We'll leave that there for a moment. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Air Sign Gemini, the twins, for November 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for the highest good? Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for Air Sign Gemini, the twins, for November. Air Sign Gemini, the twins, for November, for their highest good and vibration. Okay, maybe one more. Let's see. Messages for Air Sign Gemini, the twins, for November 2023. What do they need to see to know? Come here, we're stuck a little bit. Okay. Messages for Air Sign Gemini, the twins, for November 2023. Again, this is a general reading. You can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. And it could be about you or someone you know, multiple people, general environment situation. Alright, let's leave that. Oh, we're going to put them both aside. So let's put you guys over here for a moment. And send you right here. Alright, Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins, for November 2023. 4 cards only, please. 4 cards only for Gemini. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins, for their highest good and vibration. For November 2023, Gemini. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins. I'm sorry, I have to turn this down, it's distracting. Okay. Messages for air sign Gemini, the twins. For November 2023, air sign Gemini, the twins. What do they need to see, to know? Messages for Gemini, the twins, for November 2023. For November 2023. Alright, so we're going to take the top and the bottom. And then just put these aside. Other ones here. I'm not used to my table setup being this way, so give me a little, be patient with me is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we'll figure out in a moment how exactly they want these cards, but we'll just leave them as they are now. Thank you. Spirits, guide my hands. Come in love and light, respect and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you for all advice, wisdom, and guidance given. Spirits, 1 card only, please, for air sign Gemini, the twins. For November, Gemini for November. All right, you're going to do the same thing and also take the top and the bottom. There. And 1 more. Spirits, guide my hands, please. Air sign Gemini, the twins. For November 2023, what do they need to see? What do they need to know for their highest good? Gemini. Alright. So that's really funny. Just gonna say it now. Some people will watch the shuffling, some may not. But we got the same Oracle card, the Lover's card, which is officially the Gemini card. So that's kind of funny. Alright. We'll talk about that later more in depth. So yeah, let's see where Spirit wants, how Spirit wants to receive all these cards. Okay. Spirit, so you want the Sun card in the reverse position to represent the first tarot card for this Gemini November reading. Okay, thank you. And Spirits in love and light, respect and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you for all advice and wisdom and guidance given. Spirits, you want the Princess of Cups in the reverse position to represent the second tarot card for this Gemini November reading. Thank you. And Spirits, did you want the Death card in the reverse position to represent the third tarot card for this Gemini November 2023 reading? Yes. Okay, thank you. Alright, let's see what else here. We got another reversal. We're going to confirm two more reversals to confirm. Spirits, did you want the Six of Wands in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Hermaic tarot deck for this Gemini November reading? Thank you. And Spirits, did you want the Ten of Cups in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Hermaic tarot deck for this Gemini November reading? No? Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that, but alright. Just to confirm, spirits, you want the Ten of Cups in the right side up position to represent what's on the bottom of this Hermetic Tarot deck for this Gemini November reading. Yeah, okay, that's what they want. We'll do it. All right, now we'll see where these go. I feel like this might want to go either under the first card or the second card. And then these guys. Interesting. Gemini, you're so interesting. I think they want to go at the end here, but I'm not sure. We'll double check. I say that with love, right? Gemini is the opposite of my sun sign. I'm a sun Sagittarius. And I love a lot of different Geminis. So anyway, I say it with love. We're just going to leave your Oracle card over here out the way for a second. All right, let me check here real quickly with Spirit. Spirit, did you want me to talk about the Six of Wands in the reverse position and the Ten of Cups in the right side up position when I talk about the Sun in the reverse position? No. Okay. Try it with the second one here. And Spirit, do you want me to talk about the Six of Wands in the reverse position and the Ten of Cups in the right side up position when I talk about the Princess of Cups in the reverse position? Yes. Okay, thank you. And let's see over here. Spirit, did you want me to talk about the Queen of Staves in the right side up position and the Ace of Staves in the right side up position when I talk about the Two of Swords in the right side up position? Like yes and no. Okay, spirits, can you please give me a clear and definitive yes or no answer? Spirits, did you want the Queen of Staves in the right side up position and the Ace of Staves in the right side up position to be talked about with the Two of Swords in the right side up position? No. Okay. Let's see, maybe with the third week? I was feeling that as well, but let's see. The reason why I said Gemini, you got a lot going on is you've got two reversals in your present current energies, and then you've got the Queen of Staves and the Ace of Staves, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in the past position. So just really interesting. We'll see how it plays out. So again, be patient with me as I check in with my guides. Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Queen of Staves in the right side up position and the Ace of Staves in the right side up position when I talk about the Death card in the reverse position? Yes. All right. So cool. At least now we know exactly where they want to go, and we'll figure out what the story is going to tell us here in a second. So I do want to take a quick photo so I don't forget that I will be uploading later after the live is done, as I usually do. So yeah, just bear with me 1 second here. And just pull them over for the photo, and then I can pull them back over a little bit. Okay, just do a quick photo here so we get no glare and all that good stuff. All right. So let's see, we got our picture. We're good to go. All right. Let's see here, Gemini, what we have coming up for you. All right, and I'm gonna check my time. I will be putting in the timestamps for later, like when we're done with the shuffling. So we're at about 43 minutes. It was like 43. So it's cool when the numbers line up there. All right, so let's see here, Gemini, for November. Again, really interesting reading. We'll see how it plays out here, but you have, again, in the future, current, present energies. Let me move the cards back over. You've got two major arcanas in the reverse position. So you have a little bit of Leo energy and Scorpio energy here. So for some of you guys, you could be dealing with a Leo or a Scorpio. All right, you don't have to be, or you could have a lot of Leo or Scorpio in your chart, or someone else does. Or it could be even referencing Scorpio season, Leo season of this year, of last year, of next year, right? And of course, I am filming this during Scorpio season, but it doesn't have to necessarily mean something for you. I just like to call it out in the beginning. So if that part doesn't necessarily resonate, just put it aside and leave it for someone who it might resonate for, as this is a general reading meant for multiple people. All right, so let's call out your cards here in order, Gemini. So we've got the Sun card in the reverse position. We have the Princess of Cups in the reverse position, the Death card in the reverse position, and then the Two of Swords in the right side up position. And then we'll talk about the other cards a little bit later where Spirit wants to kind of go over those and talk about them. But yeah, let's see your Gemini as far as your major arcana. I'm sorry, your minor arcana. We just talked about your majors. Your minor arcana, which one is the most present, right? Or dominant one. So we definitely have Two Cups cards, Three Wands, Two Swords, and Two Majors. So it is going to be Wands, okay, or Staves as it's known in this deck. So this is an underlying theme that may be present in your reading here, Gemini. So Wands talk about our physical body, what makes us fired up and passionate in our physical body. It can reference health, but it doesn't have to be. All right, so again, this is just something to kind of keep in the background of your mind here. All right, oh, excuse me, guys. It's been a long day. All right, so let's see here. Let's start off, of course, and go in order and see what your story says here, Gemini. So I'll talk about the dates real quickly, and I'll talk about them again when we're on each card. But we said that the first card may be from around November 1st through the 7th. All right, the second card, and I'll say these dates again, they're not set in stone, right? It's just a general guideline. The second card may be from around November 8th through the 14th. The third card can be from around November 15th through the 21st. And the fourth card can be from around November 22nd through November 30th, okay? Or maybe even a little bit into December. So Gemini, what's going on here? Is your first card, the Sun card in the reverse position. This is a little bit of like stagnant energy or slow down energy. It's definitely not a green light, okay? I would say that it feels more like a red light if we're driving, right? This is a metaphor. So with the Sun in the reverse position here, Gemini, it could be that you are not feeling that youthful type of energy that you normally embody, right? So again, because I'm a Sun sign Sag and Gemini is the opposite sign of me, I feel like we both kind of share a little bit of this inner child goofiness. I mean, all signs can have goofiness and be silly, but I feel like Gemini has a particular way to do that when they feel comfortable with someone. So with this Sun card in the reverse position, it could be that you or someone else is not feeling that youthful type of energy, is maybe having some type of creative block here as well. Or it could just be there's like something that's trying to think of the way to say it, Gemini. It's not out of reach or out of grasp, but it's kind of like that feeling. It's not the exact way that they want it to be, spirits want it to be described, but it's like it doesn't fit with your energy, Gemini, if that makes sense. Again, if you're Sun sign Gemini, or depending on where you have Gemini in your chart, we all have it somewhere, but it could also talk about the general astrology maybe affecting you a certain way in that first week of November. Speaking of astrology, let me glance at the notes real quickly. We do have today, when I'm filming this, November 2nd, Vesta, which rules aspirations, plans, and goals, is going to be going into retrograde, or perceiving that it's moving backwards, and that's how we're feeling it. So it could be, if we're talking about youthful energy or passion or creativity, or inspiration and revelations, enlightenment. It could be feeling more serious here, Gemini, and that also goes in with the energy of the astrology, talking about on November 4th, Saturn is also going direct. So Saturn rules responsibilities, kind of strict, stern father type of energy, paying bills, getting things done, you know, staying in line type of energy. So I feel like it's counterintuitive to how you normally are, Gemini. Not that you're not serious, but it could be that you want, or someone wants, more advancement here in November. Like, who doesn't want to advance at all times, right? But it's also like the development is blocked, or the movement is blocked a little bit here. There's something going on, all right? But then you also have some really cool stuff too. So let's kind of break it down here, Gemini, and see, you know, what Spirit exactly is trying to say here for you. So with now us going into the second card, so again, we go from the Sun card in the reverse position to now the Princess of Cups in the reverse position, okay? And we said that this could be from around November 8th through the 14th or so, okay? Not set in stone, general kind of guidelines for the timing. But with the Princess of Cups in reverse, it's almost like someone is blocking their emotions, or the emotional energy here is blocked. It could be that someone is really trying, or the energy, if it's not a person, trying to do something more traditional, even though they want to do something non-traditional. So as reference, if this card was right side up, we see Morgana, the figure here. She's the goddess of witchcraft and herbal magic, and normally she would be picking her herbs at night here. All right, so that's kind of the non-traditional kind of energy. So when it's in the reverse position, it's almost like, Gemini, when did you want to start feeling like traditional? If that makes sense, right? Gemini, air sign Gemini, right? Very intellectual, really smart. And so I feel like no one is just one thing, right? But you would, as a generalization, tend to be in the Gemini zodiac frequencies more non-traditional, or that's what you want deeply. Maybe you don't show that outwardly as much to other people, okay? But let's see what Spirit wants to talk about with these cards underneath it, okay? So again, this is past energy. So you've got the Six of Wands in the reverse position and the Ten of Cups in the right side up position here. And again, we're just kind of talking about it with that Princess of Cups in the reverse position. My words were getting away from me there for a second. So with that Six of Wands in the reverse position, there could have been some type of celebration, or again, advancement, or you know, let's say if it was a job, it was a raise, or any type of celebration was put on hold in the past, or it didn't happen, or it wasn't well received, okay, with the Six of Wands in the reverse position. Also with the Six of Wands, there could have been, you know, some health issues maybe in the past that were happening alongside the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups in the right side up position is a really beautiful card, right? So 10 in the tarot is the highest number. The Ten of Cups would be emotional fulfillment or satisfaction here in the past, Gemini. So even though, let's say, there wasn't the best health, or there was a little disappointment about a celebration or celebratory energy that didn't happen, or wasn't well received, or was put on hold, despite that, or because of that, we also have the Ten of Cups on the other side. And so it's a little bit of this like up and down energy, I feel like, here in the past, Gemini, because Ten of Cups would be emotional endings and new beginnings, right? And so you would expect with the Ten of Cups in the past here underneath it, that this Princess of Cups would be, would be right side up, right? But she's still reversed. And of course she's next to the Sun in the reverse position as well. There's something that you're really thinking deeply about here, Gemini, which wouldn't surprise me. Again, air sign energy, overthinking, right? We do that. I have my moon in Aquarius, which is air sign, right? So it's like the first 3 weeks of November. It's a little bit of like self-sabotaging energy. I'm not gonna lie, Gemini, right? Most people who know me or have been to my channel before know that that I'm going to say it if it's there, and I feel it as nicely as I can, of course, but I'm not going to lie. So again, it doesn't necessarily have to be you, Gemini. It could be someone you're dealing with, multiple people, general environment situation, but it is self-sabotaging energy. Because then you also have in the third week the Death card in reverse. Why? Why are we delaying transformation? Why are we scared to let go of the old and let room for the new? Someone here maybe isn't necessarily scared, or the energy isn't scared, but it's like maybe somebody doesn't feel like they deserve it, or I don't know, Gemini. Let's see what's underneath it though. All this really positive stuff here in the past, okay, especially with these two cards. You got the Queen of Staves in the right side up position and the Ace of Staves in the right side up position. All this fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it's like here in the past, Gemini, and again when we're talking about it with that Death card in reverse, somebody was feeling very supported and there was lots of good health, there was passion and creativity, there was plans for the future with the Ace of Staves, planting seeds for how things want to be developed in the future, okay? And all this action energy, right? So it could be here in the past, Gemini, I'm starting to maybe understand the story a little bit more as it unfolds, is perhaps in the past somebody was moving too quickly, okay? Too gung-ho about something. Could be you yourself, again, someone else, multiple general environment situation. But then it, there the light went just, I don't know if you guys saw that the light blinked. So I don't know, I felt like that was spirit confirming it. But yeah, someone maybe was moving too fast in the past, and they were again having some self-doubt or some self-sabotaging energy, and then it's showing up even stronger here in the future, current, present energies. It doesn't mean that it has to be there, right? We always have choice and free will. This is the energy we're picking up as of right now, okay? So I never want to scare people or make them, you know, feel like that, because that's not my intention, and you shouldn't feel like that in general. But yeah, let's see here, Gemini. All right, so we go from the third week to the fourth week. Remember, again, we had the Death card in the reverse position, and now we have the Two of Swords in the right side up position. And we said this could be from around November 22nd through November 30th, or maybe even into December. But yeah, it's like your whole reading here is the Two of Swords, Gemini. Someone is deeply thinking about something and they haven't necessarily made a decision, okay? So we see the back of this Japanese woman's head, and we see the two swords that are laying across her body, but we see it from the behind position. We also see that she's looking out into some kind of body of water or lake. So here she is, and the energy of this card is, how do I use my emotions, the water, and process it also mentally, you know, that makes sense in, let's say, the 3D world, okay? How can I be smart about something, but also not deny my emotions or take my emotions into account, or someone's emotions here? So I really feel like, Gemini, throughout your reading, it's this like incubation period, slowdown of you or someone really processing everything again, because in the past maybe it was moving too quickly for someone or the energy. But yeah, it's definitely some heavy, you know, kind of stuff, and not necessarily bad, right? Because like I said in the beginning here, if you saw me shuffle with that Sun card in the reverse position and also the Death card, two major arcanas, both in that future, current, present energies in the reverse position, it's just like, yeah, not quite ready to make a decision. So she's going to sit here until she makes her decision. She's going to sit here, and she's blindfolded, by the way. You can't see, but she's blindfolded and her eyes are closed. So until you or someone or the energy lifts and someone makes a decision here, Gemini, it's going to be kind of like, I would say the first week is a red light. The second week is a yellow orange. We got another red, and then we have a red. So there's no green lights, unfortunately, here, Gemini, throughout your whole reading. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world, right? But I really feel like overall throughout November, it's not an action month for you, okay? It's a deep introspection kind of month. And again, kind of figuring out if there's something that you feel or someone feels like they don't deserve, or they're worried about how something's going to go down, or you're worried about how can I do something traditional and non-traditional at the same time, all those kind of things, you know, again, is kind of showing up here. All right, so Gemini, let's also see what else we have here for you. So this is your tarot confirmation card. It's going to come in and confirm all 4 weeks that we just talked about. And this card is a combination of past and future energy. Okay, that's the way I like to read it. So you have the King of Swords in the right side up position here. All right. And he's known as, in this deck, as Prince of the Chariot of the Winds. And there's like these little fairies underneath his chariot and under his arms, right? And they're kind of pushing him along. So because it's sitting on top of Gemini, the Two of Swords, it's like your mental clarity will come. This person will eventually stand up and make a decision. Okay? And part of the decision too, as well, I forgot to say, was that with the swords or any type of tool, it can be a tool or a weapon, right? So this woman can cut something, cut somebody, let's say in a defensive way, right? Please don't cut nobody. But it could also be a tool, right? So we're gonna cut branches out of our way. We're going to cut up our food, right? Whatever it is here. So it's like, how do I use my mental clarity that the King of Swords represents? Okay, he's gonna come in here eventually. This is like your just hang in there, Gemini kind of energy, right? So the King of Swords could be more towards the end of November, beginning of December, but it's going to be different for everybody. But it's like the mental clarity will come. This person of this energy will stand up. They will take off the blindfold, and they will see something from a more logical standpoint again, and they won't feel overburdened mentally anymore, if that makes sense, okay? Some of this heaviness that was, you know, in the beginning of your reading, it is going to lift, okay? So I really feel like this is saying hang in there, Gemini. Use the higher vibrational frequencies of air sign energy, not the lower vibrational ones. So we would say, as an example, lower vibrational frequencies would be being stressed out mentally, having anxiety, worry, overthinking. There's no shame in that. Everyone has it from time to time. It is a part of life. We ebb and flow, right? But then the higher vibrational frequencies of air sign energy would be insight. It would be thinking clearly, sharp intellect, intelligence, reading, absorbing, downloading, processing mentally, okay? But not in a balanced way, not in an overdoing it kind of way, if that makes sense. Okay, so again, we could even also put this King of Swords on top of that Sun in the reverse position, the first card that you got here, Gemini, and say, you know, hang in there. The youthful energy will come back. The passion, the creativity will come back. The realizations or enlightenment will also come back. This is a period of slow down for someone to really think about something and make kind of an important decision, right? It's going to be different for everybody. So let's also see what your oracle card here is. You actually got the same one as Taurus, but if you saw me shuffle, I was shuffling, so it wanted to come out. All right, and it is also the Lover's card, right? It talks, this oracle card talks about different tarot cards as well, okay? But the Lovers is known as the official Gemini energy in the tarot. It also talks about humanity and experience, okay? So here we see this kind of like wheel imagery of all these colors, and then almost even looks like a crystal or a castle or whatever you want it to be there, right? But it basically says, feel it, experience the feeling of being human in all ways, test, do, feel, and learn in order to grow and truly know, okay? And so when, again, that King of Swords comes in here, Gemini, the cards, the name of it is Feel It, or it has that in like parentheses. So I feel like you're just going to feel it, or someone's just going to feel it. These little fairies, these higher vibrational air sign, or high vibrational air frequencies, or whatever you want to call them, good luck charms, little fairies are going to come in and bring that knowledge too. And that is the Gemini, again, intellect, okay, and experiencing things and really being open to all of that and not being closed off, okay? So this is really beautiful, Gemini, all right? So yeah, hopefully you got something from this, something in the message. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm also going to post the one photo that I took of all of these cards so you can see them again more up close in detail, or just, you know, all together. So if that's something you want to see, all you have to do is click in the description down below and just follow the little instructions there. That will take you to my Facebook page. But yeah, that's pretty much it, Gemini. So thank you so much, as always, for your energy, for your likes, your shares, and subscribes. They're all great free ways to support the channel here if you feel guided. But yes, I will be coming back tomorrow at some point, hopefully, with the Cancer and Leo readings. All right, so again, you guys take care, and I will see you later. All right, bye.